everybody. I'm currently watching episode 2, and the opening is coming on, and I thought I'd separate those videos. So this is gonna be very interesting. I am looking very much forward to seeing the opening. They really, the first season, both the ending and the opening was a banger. I gotta be so honest, and I'm incredibly curious about what they're gonna do now. Some war footage and pretty much imagery that we saw in season 1. The boats when Tanya and her group invaded the port, and a bit during the front lines. And we saw that earlier in the first episode, which I'm assuming, but I'm sure there are several places that do it like that. Interesting music choice. Oh, let's go. I love the imagery. I suppose I should lower the volume a bit so you don't have to listen it all over again. But yeah, we'll see the Federation members there in the background, the Angel, and what was that? Can't identify anything here. But interesting having the... Well, I'm assuming it's the orb, of course, magic, showing it with the Angel. Damn, techno. Tanya going up the stairs and turning around. Interesting. Oh my god. Sorry, I actually love that shot. It reminds me a lot of actually Death Note's second opening. They're playing a lot with the shadows and steps, and just it feels so, because he's such a refined high general. Well, actually, he's the vice director of something, but he's just in such a, how do you say, not refined, but book job, I guess. But I find this visual very fun, and I really hope they show more of him, of all of these Imperial characters. They look a bit different than first season, and that could simply be an improvement of the animation, but yeah. Actually, no, never mind. And of course showing the other shorter section on the actual director of strategic operations, I think he is. Showing the flag, looking at papers. I wish I understood the lyrics. And here we have the Federation. Just the red eyes. And the empty eyes of everybody else. That's a very interesting visual. And the music switch up, I love it. And showing the war behind them. Oh. Planes. Oh. Interesting. Also showing the volunteer force. Wonder how much we're gonna see of her this season. And him. New character alert. Let's go. They look like Imperials, their uniforms at least. I hope so. I am very much looking forward to new characters. And showing them a bit. Fixing his glasses. And... oh, I love it. Especially... Hold on. They're showing their main tricks. His was... well, anime trait was the glasses, so he's moving them. And he's a bit more passionate, I should say, very passionate, and he's very skilled in all, military matters and so forth, but he still has that passion. I wonder how old he is, because to be in such a position, I feel like he has to be quite old, but he still looks not that old and still very passionate and so forth. And of course him slowly opening the eyes. Yes. Tank, and switching to Tanya. That's great. And new war gear. That's interesting. They removed the boot. How could they? Normally they use a mechanical boot to fly on one side, but not here. They actually have more of a jetpack style. I like that. Interesting. It also shows that their technology is developing at a rapid rate. And as we all know, during war, that is probably the time where countries dedicate a lot of resources to military development and technology because they have to compete with each other. And Empire, they're kind of cheating because they have Being X, Blessing, Schruger, the scientist guy. But they're a little bit ahead, but I'm unsure how much of an advantage they're really gonna get in the end. Oh. Ah. I thought that was the vice commander. But maybe it's not, because he got a bunch of scars that he doesn't have. So never mind. Maybe this is some new enemy mages. Interesting. Because Tanya is still using the classical gear. Alright. No, it's enemy mages. Different gear. Interesting. But since they're using sort of backpack, you could argue that they're even more mobile than the Imperial mages. And the Imperial mages are known for being incredibly skilled, but also mobile because of just the type of technologies they're using. For example, the Antenta Alliance uses skis and some such, and that causes certain movement, and that makes them both predictable and limits their mobility. So that's interesting. And just seeing a bunch of stuff in her orb. Really, I'm banging my head to this music. It's great. And oh yeah. I thought for a minute that they're free fighting each other, but no, they're the two of them against her, which is interesting. I am curious about what we're gonna get to know about the new characters and motivations and so forth. On fire indeed. And then we have her showing a bit by some blue light. And that's, I guarantee you, that's Tanya standing on a mountain of corpses. Yeah. That's an awesome callback. Not only is it an awesome visual, but it's an awesome callback. For those who really know, in the ending, in the first ending in season 1, the song is basically building a corpses high enough to reach the heavens. And that's such a hard line. I really love the first ending. That's probably my favorite ending of almost all time. At least the music. And the visuals were amazing too. But anyway, here, it's more visuals. Her building a literal corpse pile to the heavens. By Studio Nut and the Nutcracker. Bunch of flags, ships, and yeah. Oh. Hold on. Bunch of ships, military, but also a bunch of planes. I thought there were nukes showing here, but never mind. It's just heavy artillery, it looks like. And here, a bunch of medics helps wounded soldiers and some such. Yeah. But on that last visual, somebody standing over a grave. It looks like one of the generals. Is it Kurt? That would be interesting. I would love to know more about him and him having some emotional backstory. Of maybe someone related to him dies during the war. Maybe his son or something along those lines. That would be interesting. And Tanya looking towards the camera and smiling, really. Right. So that's what the opening is. I really like it. It shows up the character quite well. And I'm gonna lower the volume more. You probably can't hear it now, but the visuals were amazing. I really like how they did in the beginning. They're using a lot of different styles here. First off, here showing our main, I guess, group in the shadows. But interestingly enough, Tanya and Hans seems to be in the same sort of area, while Kurt is at home, I guess, at strategic HQs. I wonder if there's something there they want to show, or it was just convenient. And everybody here, but I love the red eyes during the glasses, and then showing the terribleness of war behind them. And I really like, because the empty eyes of everybody besides him is kind of very symbolic, and it could mean a lot of different things. I'm not going to stay for too long because I want to go on with the episode, but it reminds me of that see no evil, hear no evil, and so forth. And they're basically just blind. And just a war. I am curious how much we're gonna see of them. And those new characters. Showing our... them again. Interesting. And those in the orb were the Salamander group. I'm quite curious about how they're gonna do that. How they're gonna handle her having command of this Salamanders group while still being, well, the head of the spear, as they put it. So that's... And, of course, I didn't realize it at the time, but those behind her are from the Salamanders group. And it looks like we're about to get a new guy, so... Oh, yeah. I like this. I really like... Yeah, the visual. I've said that enough. But let's talk about the music, then. The music fits the vibe. I really like it. They really show... match the music and the visuals. I feel there's a real connect there. Now, I don't know if this song was made for the opening or if just the one they've taken, but please tell me if I should watch the whole song and some such. And I am by no means a musical expert, so I can't comment on it too much, but it really... It reminds me of the same style that the last openings were, Myth and Roid. I don't think it's Myth and Roid right now. I could be wrong. Ooh. Sorry, it's incredibly warm here. But yeah, it fits the vibes, the military, interesting techno choice here. It probably won't be anything I'll listen to on my own later, in the car and some such, but it definitely fits the opening. And I think I've said enough. There isn't much more to comment on. Now, was there something in the end I feel like I missed? Probably not. Just the pile of bodies. Interesting that... No, there's one face directed towards the camera. Being X, of course. Hold on, what? I may have misunderstood that, but... Flange planes. Are there raining tanks right now? What? I thought they were bombs at first, but they look more like tanks just falling from the sky, like planes. Now, of course, it could just be a visual metaphor, but I would definitely like to see just tanks falling out of a ship. Transport ship, for example. That would be very ridiculous, but interesting hint. Carrying their wounded and then shooting at each other. Right. That was great. Yeah, yeah, that was great. Hello, skipping a bit. I'm also including this in the opening video because it's good to just mash them together, unless they get over like 20 minutes long or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, just let's analyze the ending because still, they're also great. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but I have so high expectations for this anime that it's not even funny. And so far, it's lived up to them because, yeah. Interesting, Tanya speaking and smiling. Is that her voice actor again? That's great. That's great. I really like the beat of this musically. I love the voice modification they've done. And also the visuals, them being quite simple, but still very detailed and great. Ooh. Oh, just walking through the battlefield. I am so curious about what they're saying, but I don't have the lyrics. Oh, but I think I really like it. Quite the sharp eyes you got there, Tanya. Not very kind eyes, but you're smiling. Oh. Oh. That's a nice switch up. And a tank along all of these flowers. Great visual. And Tanya even there herself. It reminds me a lot of 86 and their openings, if you haven't seen it. It's a bit different from this, but the opening also had a theme of flowers and war and heavy machinery, so... If I had to guess, I don't know the lyrics, but I guess, as ever, it's about war. But this time, it's more about what comes after the war and finally the release of it, the seeking toward it. I bet it would be something like that. Oh. Oh, I'm just bopping to the music right now, but the visuals are also great. Her falling through the sky, or I guess flying down, and being X's nutcracker. I haven't mentioned, but she is a great voice actor, whoever voices Tanya. She voices a lot of character that I personally like, and she's even singing along with this, and yeah, she's great. She's great. Water, a helmet, and Tanya just looking like a complete psychopath, I gotta be honest. Just smiling through the war and everything, and the fire and some such. And obviously, it's in character Tanya singing. So, is that the ending? Probably. Let's go back. They didn't have much, well, they had much different visuals and some such, but not much I feel like I could analyze a whole lot. And I really want to analyze the music, well, the lyrics specifically, because the song, the beat was great, and I love the voice modulation on the voice. But I feel like I would love this even more if I understood what they said. So that's really the determining factor if I'm gonna listen to this later. That is how the lyrics is gonna play out. If I feel like they represent Tanya and so forth. So that's probably it. And I don't have much more to comment on. It's a bomb showing a lot of tanks. Hmm. I don't think I have anything more to comment on. I am unsure if it's better than the. No, I'm sorry, but the ending in the first season of Yurisenki, I adore it, and the visuals are very. It's not art from the light novel, but the music was just such an incredible beat, and the music sadly didn't beat it, but it's incredible hard because according to me, it's pretty much the best ending I've ever seen. So a different choice here, but it not going through the light novel art. And I understand that some people may not like it, and I am by no means dissatisfied with this ending. I like it, but it's different from the last. I just said that, and I think that's it. I don't think I have anything more special to comment on. So leave a comment and tell me what you thought, and I'll see you some other time. I'm gonna see the last credits of this episode now, so